Hey, good morning, YouTube. Capella's back at you. It's been a while since I made a video. This is my 2001 Volkswagen Passat. Now, tell y'all a couple little stuff about what I've done and how I got here. So, I say about a week, 2 weeks ago, I bought this 2001 Volkswagen Passat from somebody out in Connecticut. Thought it was a trustworthy guy, but to my understanding, when I bought this car, I knew that it was going to need rotors, brakes, all four rotors, all four brakes, and, you know, and little stupid little stuff. But a few days of driving it after I did the rotors and brakes, hold on 1 second, I want to make sure that I say this right. The CP light came on. Hold on, I'll get it right now. The EPC light came on, right? And so I was going around the internet trying to figure out what the hell was that and why did that light come on. So I came down to one conclusion. The guy that sold me this car didn't know what he was doing or didn't know nothing about the car. So I think that he took the battery out and reset the code. So when I was driving it, no codes. When I test drove this car, there was no codes on. There was just, the dash, the lights that were on were only the lights that, needed to be on. There was no check engine light. There was none of that. So what I'm trying to say is basically is that, he probably got over on me. I paid $2,800 for this car. But at the end, I got over because of him not knowing what he was doing. Basically gave me an opportunity to take this car cheap. Now, I want to, tell you that I am no professional on fixing cars. I can handle my way around cars. I can do, the simplest stuff, change fuses and brakes and, change stuff that I know I can change, nothing heavy, changing a motor or transmission or anything like that. Now, so I did my investigation over the internet, looked around, try to see what I can find to help me fix this issue. So what I did was I took the car to AutoZone, let them put it on the computer. Hold on 1 second. As a matter of fact, I gotta run upstairs, show y'all what the codes were. Garage door. Hold on. So these are the codes that I got from AutoZone. It says, hold on 1 second. Okay, these are the codes. It basically told me it could be the oxygen sensor, bank 1 or bank 2, or where's this one at? It could be the ignition, the engine speed, the crank. I believe that's what it is. The guy was telling me at AutoZone. So what I did was, let's go back down to the car. Sorry, people. So what I did was I took it to AutoZone. They gave me these codes. They put it on the computer. They gave me the codes, and so I proceeded to go. I went online, punched in the codes. Looked online to see what these codes means, because they give you the definitions of these codes. But to a average person that doesn't really deal with cars and kind of mess with cars every day, this is just a bunch of gibberish. So what I did was I went online and punch these codes in as you see it here. P, you see that? These are the codes. So P0136 and P0322. So I went online, punched these codes in. It basically gave me the definition and what to look for, what these codes means, and what the pieces are. So what my first thing was, I went to AutoZone after I found out the piece and what it meant, so I went ahead and tried the first thing. The first thing was, let me try the sensor right here. Let me get a flashlight so you guys can see what I'm trying to say. This right here, you see the light on it? Oops, right here. Very top, right here. This is a sensor. This is the O2 sensor. And then you have another one way down here. This camera's not going to get. But it's under this one right here. So if you follow this manifold down, you're going to get another sensor down here. So what I did was I took this sensor out, went to AutoZone. This is the O sensor. As you can see, right here, this is the O sensor. And I unplugged the battery before I did any of that taking out stuff. I unplugged the battery so that way I can reset the code. You know, so that way that CP or whatever that code, that thing is on the dashboard, so it can reset it. So what I did was I took this out, you know, follow the wire, unplugged it, and then went to AutoZone and got a new one. It was $128. This is an important sensor. It's an O2 sensor. So this is the old one right here. And I went to AutoZone and bought this. And then I said, you know what? I'm going to go slowly but surely. I'm not going to have a mechanic do this because the mechanic's going to tell me three different mechanics going to tell me three different things. So I'm just going to go with my instincts. I'm going to spend a little money, but I'm going to get this myself. So what I did was I bought the piece, took the old one out, took the battery apart. I just took unplugged the battery so that way no power's going through it. And then I put the new sensor back and then plugged the battery in, and then the code was reset. And what happened was that CP, hold on one second, I want to show y'all. That CP, whatever, EPC code, and look. Turn on the car. Give it a second for all the lights to do what it's doing. Alright. And look. All my codes are gone. And I drove this car for 6 miles back and forth testing it to make sure that this light does not come back on. And it has not come back on. Now, what I'm trying to say to you people is this. Hold on. Let me shut this off. What I'm trying to say to you people is don't always take the word of a mechanic. Because these people are there to make money, you know. They're there to make money and to try to do whatever it takes. Sometimes they'll tell you that it was a sensor when it really wasn't. You know what I mean? So this is what I'm trying to say. Take your time. Do the research. Find out what your car is doing before you go ahead and give these people $800-900 on something that would probably take $150 to fix. So what I'm trying to tell you is start with your sensor there. Start with the second sensor, which this is $130 right here. This sensor is about $130. The second one is $80. And then if that's not working, you have another sensor way down here by the crankshaft, which that's what they were telling me that it was it, because the car did not want to start. It just kept cranking, but it wouldn't want to turn over. So I'm wondering, like what can I do to make this better, or what can I do? So like I said, I looked online and I did a lot of reading. I did watch a lot of people's video on the Volkswagens, and the same issue they were having, I was having. And now my car runs beautiful. It runs beautiful. I've got a new sensor, and that one sensor took care of the whole issue. I mean, I was lucky because, like I said, I had the money to be able to take this sensor out and try it. And this is what I was going to do. If this didn't work, then I was going to try the second sensor. And then if that didn't work, then I was going to try the third sensor. And more than likely, that would have took care of it, because from the computer, these are the codes that were giving me. These are the codes that the computer was reading that it was something bad. And it could be one of these codes that throw everything off and makes it do that. And like I said, the EPC light was on, and then my check engine light came on too. So now everything is working beautiful. Everything is doing what it's got to do. And to show you, I'm going to turn on the car, leave it on for a minute, give it some gas, do what I got to do, just to show you that I'm not bullshitting you guys. I love this car. I mean, this car runs good. Give it a second to warm up. Yeah, it's cold out here. It's like 10 something in the morning. It's like 33 degrees out here. But let her warm up and you see, watch. the lights are all gone. And you know, by resetting the battery, meaning by taking the battery either negative or the positive off, after you put in the new piece, it resets the code. And if the code is true, and if it's still, the car is still messed up, once you go around the block or test drive it, the code will come up again if it's not fixed. And this is what I'm saying, you guys can do this yourselves. Y'all don't need a mechanic to do this unless you're truly not sure of how to, you know, kind of work around cars and stuff. It's really simple. It really took me all of 15 minutes to take this sensor out, run the AutoZone, and put the new sensor back in. You know what I mean? So anybody can do this. Like I said, you just gotta want to do it. You gotta do the research. You gotta make sure that your car, whatever your car is doing, you kind of punch it in the computer and you know, as accurate as you can, because this is what's gonna get you your car fixed. Look, I'm trying to tell you, it's been good. So that guy that thought that he got over on me, I got over on him. This car is solid. I mean, look at it. 2001. Beautiful. No dents. Whoops. My plate, huh? No, nothing. And he thought that he got over on me. Well, I got over on him because I knew what I was doing. I knew that all I had to do was do a couple research, and I can figure this shit out myself. And that's exactly what I was doing. Motor's quiet, you know. That's a 2001 Volkswagen Passat 1.8T. It's very easy to do, and the sensor hooks up right here, literally right around here. There's no more to say. I mean, if you have any questions, anything that you think that I can help you with, and if I can help you, I will do my very best to help you guys, because I understand that, you know, your car is very important to you guys, especially when something like this so nice, and you know, it's just one thing that's really bringing it down. So with that being said, I hope everybody has a great day, and I hope that this video helps you out. And my suggestion to you is to take the car to AutoZone, or if you have a computer that you can put this car in, find out the codes first. That's the main thing you want to do. Find out what the codes means, because once you find out what that means, you're able to run and do what you have to do for this, either buy the piece or whatever it is. But like I said, this one piece right here, sensor right, hold on, one flashlight. This sensor right here, right there where the light's at, I changed and it fixed. This was the old sensor, and what I did was, just to make sure that it wasn't the sensor, I put the old sensor back on, and what happened is that CPE light came back on, or the CPT, whatever the hell it is that you say, that light came back on, so I knew this sensor was shot. And now I'll throw it away, and you know, hopefully, like I said, this video helps you out. And, you know, send me a message on YouTube and let me know what you think. All right, peace, love, respect one another, and love one another. Peace.